Hello, hello. Hi everyone. Let's wait a bit. So we are few here. Today, as I announced a few hours ago, we're gonna have a live instead of the video. So yeah, let's let's wait for few people to come up. I hope you are having a good day. To let me know where you're from, where you at, what you're doing, and what are you up for. And yeah, I'm more than happy to hear from you. I really enjoy when you put your comments. I really enjoy when you're there. Hello. I'm really happy to see that you're here. He's one of my fans from a while that just posting on like not on every almost on every single video. So thank you for being here. Where are you connecting from today? Let me know. It's very nice to see you. Um, so let me know if you have any ideas of what you want to talk. Like if you have any questions, and yeah, Germany, cool. That's very cool. I'm very happy to see that. So yeah, today I just wanted to share with you. I don't know some update. I mean update. No update. It's summer. It's going very calmly. So yeah, just usual summer thing, and yeah, I just didn't have time to edit something for today. So yeah, life is much easier than editing. uh, why I don't make vlogs in a city. The thing is that it requires you to have your camera on all the no maybe not all the time, but it makes you think when you have to have a camera on, so it's slightly more difficult. Let's say it this way, that it's kind of get off from the part of when you are actually, you know, living your life and not really living your life. So that's definitely something that it's not easy to do. At least in my opinion, it's not something that it's coming to me naturally. So yeah, so that's something that I would say it's more demanding on my side in a way of just usual life. So yeah, it's just more demanding in that sense. So yeah, so that's something that I'm not yet used to it. I did few. I think I did like three, maybe, three vlogs, and they were mainly about like what I spent in a week, or like I don't know, once super old one. I was a graduation of my friend, and something like this. So yeah. Yeah, I know you're here from a long time. I'm very happy to see that you're still following. I hope one day you will come to Luxembourg. Yeah? I really hope this is going to be something that is going to happen soon for you. So yeah, I hope. I know that you're trying. I actually put on a list the stuff that you requested, so it should be next week's. I started to do the research, so yeah, so it should be soon-ish. Um, and yeah, let me know, guys, what else you would like to know, what else you would like to talk about. Otherwise we're gonna make it very short if we don't have a topic. But yeah, yeah, it is something that a lot of you ask for. It's also like visa stuff and like permits, and I really don't know these things. I'm sorry. I just contacted a few people who are here for studies, so we'll see if they're gonna be happy to share something. I hope they will. So yeah, we'll see. But but hello, Lerux. That's a very old vlog. It's one of the first few videos. Um, Lerux, let me know where you turning in from, if you want to share it. If not, no. If you have any questions, also let me know. But yeah, the vlog in Italy was a while ago. When was it? Like 3 years ago, I think. So yeah, it was. Um, Oh, that's cool. You're from Bahamas. Nice. That's nice to see that there are people from all over the world. As you know or you don't know, I'm in Luxembourg. Yeah, you're interested in Luxembourg, so that makes sense. Yeah, well, let me know if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to answer if I'm capable to answer them. Um, so yeah, yeah, that's your chance to ask me questions, which is usually, let's say, only in the comments. So yeah. But if you, I don't know if I pronounced your name correctly, but like Raul, I think. If you want them some specific vlogs, also let me know. How easy would it be for me with a bachelor's in informatic technology to get a job? So for IT, I think it will be relatively easy. Not easy in a way as an entry level, because I assume that's what you mean when you say you have bachelor in IT. It would be relatively easy. Of course, depends how you're gonna do and all that stuff. But also, unfortunately, the job won't be so interesting. I mean, you have a lot of web developers, a lot of software developers, IT people for like companies. So you have these people, some stuff in Amazon, but Amazon is it's also not easy place to get in. So yes, there are jobs. I would say there is possibilities. I also did few videos on that. So yeah, there are definitely job offers. Might not be the easiest. Like I would say, there are countries that are much easier to get this job. For example, where I'm from, Poland, that's a relatively easy place to get a job in IT. But yeah, I think it's feasible. If you don't have like requirement of what you're doing specifically, I would say it is feasible to get the job with this degree. But yeah, I would say anywhere in Europe. Honestly, I wouldn't focus exactly on Luxembourg unless you have a very good reason why it's Luxembourg, because these jobs are relatively well paid everywhere. So Luxembourg may not give you such a good variety or very specific jobs. I don't know if it makes sense, if it answers your question or not. IT is very diverse. I see many jobs in Lux, but I like Luxembourg, and it's okay. Yeah, I mean it is very diverse. In Luxembourg, I don't think it's that diverse. So I would say in Luxembourg that slightly differs from the rest of the place. Like if you go, as I said, to Poland or to Germany, you may have better opportunities, or I don't know, UK, you may have better opportunities than in Poland. I would say also well paid for the countries. That in a way it will be paid less than in Luxembourg, but for example, Poland should be slightly less expensive. So that would make sense. Um, um, Thank you so much. I'm going to read that comment. Like, I want to really say to thank that you do a great job in your channel. I follow you for a long time. Happy for that. And your videos full of good stuff, good information. Wish you the best. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate. I see you on every single time that you comment, and I really do see all the comments. I try to answer to all of them. Um, and if I don't answer to you in a comment, I try to answer in the video. So there's something, but at least I try to like it and read. I really do appreciate your comments. So if you usually don't write the comments, I'm more than happy to read them. Really, it's something that makes me really happy. And as you see, I usually answer, even just to say hello. In Luxembourg, usually you have the question is there a private healthcare? So usually you have a public healthcare unless you work in European institutions. You have a public healthcare that is provided by the government, and it covers usually around 70-80% of the bills. And then most of the companies, if you work in an office, which for you with IT would be, offer you additional private insurance. Then it depends on the company, which insurance company they choose, that covers the rest. So, and you usually don't pay anything, meaning you pay only the taxes, because that's kind of like a benefit from the company, but so many companies gives you as a benefit. So yeah, so you usually fully covered with private and public insurance if you're working for the office jobs. If it's not an office jobs, I don't know if they give. For the office jobs, I can tell you that's something that you can really ask for and try to leverage when you are negotiating your salary or something. So that's for sure something that is important. But if you're going to go for European institutions, you're going to have only private insurance, and that works slightly different, but very similarly to how it's the public insurance in Luxembourg. But it always works the same. Not always, but like most of the doctors here, they kind of work like a private doctors, but they are public. Like it's very difficult to kind of explain unless you see it. At least for me, because in Poland we have mainly public that is very public, and you can see that it's like public, and then you have a private doctors that are very expensive, and usually it's not covered by the insurance, or you have private doctors from few companies that are the companies that your employer gives you as a benefit, and then you have kind of like a private, semi-private, I would say. They are not as private as the other ones, and then you don't pay for them. You pay with the fees that you pay as a benefit. So it's a little bit different. But here, yeah, you usually have like public doctors that look like private doctors. They have their own practices, and unless you go to the hospital, that's a different story. But they have their own practices, and they bill you, and then they give you an invoice, or like you pay on the spot, and you get the money back. You're reimbursed. So I would say works definitely different than Poland, but I really like the system that is the healthcare here. I think it works quite nice. So yeah. Any other questions? I see a few more people than only people who are commenting. So so yeah. So let me know in the if you're interested in something, and if you have any questions. Or if you have any videos ideas, if it's something very long, I can also make a video out of it. It doesn't have to be a question that I'm going to answer right now. So let me know. So yeah, I don't want to keep it silent, but I want you to be also active. I see that Raul said that that it's works similar to Germany. Yeah, the public health probably looks very similar to both Germany and France, because it's usually all the same thing here. In the end, Luxembourg is a mix of all of them. What about date life and culture? Date life. You mean date like dating, or daily life? Let me know which one you mean, the dating or daily life. I'm gonna start dating. Okay. Hello from Turkey. Hello. Uh, Dating like meeting people. Okay. So let's start with the culture. Culture here, you're usually gonna have something very, very diversified. So it's gonna be mix of all the cultures that you're gonna meet. So 50% of people in Luxembourg are immigrants. So you will see people like me from Poland. You will see people from Italy, Spain. Polish people, you will not see so many, but like Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, you will see tons. But also you will see tons of people from outside of European Union. I recently made few friends with Algerians or like Brazilians. So they are Moroccans. I mean, they are not really my friends. They are friends of my Algerian friend. But yeah, you have tons of people from everywhere. You have people, a lot of people I meet are from European Union, also because I meet a lot of people from institutions. And unfortunately, and luckily for us, it's easier to get a job. So yeah, there is no really like Luxembourgish culture. At least I haven't discovered it. So yeah, there is no real Luxembourgish culture. It really depends who you're going out with. You have things that are, you can consider culture in a way of, I don't know, it's clean, people are nice, they are quite tolerant, and it's something that yeah, I would consider also as a part of the culture. But you don't really see Luxembourgish. I would say it's some mix between Belgium, France, Germany, Europe mainly. But you will see variety of people really from everywhere, different cultures, different religions, different places. Like really, you would see mix of everything here, which I really enjoy. Me personally, I enjoy it because you don't feel like an outsider. So that's what I always say, and I will keep saying it because it's something that I value a lot. Because in Italy, even if I was not seen as something bad, I would always be external. I would always be outsider. So I would never be I would never be Italian, even if I would speak fluently Italian. Here, nobody expects you to be Luxembourgish, so that's nice. And about dating, I don't know if I'm the best person to say about dating. It's not the easiest, I would say, but I don't think anywhere now it's easy. I would say you either meet a person who wants to commit or you don't. And yeah, you can go out with people. A lot of people use Tinder. A lot of people Bumble or whatever other apps. So for sure that some people try to meet with friends with someone. So that way they try to date. But yeah, I would say if you go out, you will have a chance to meet people. If you don't go out, you are only made for the apps, and that's it. But it's only not about dating, like also for friends. If you want to meet people, you have to go out. You have to go out to people. You have to try to make friends at work, maybe, or at university. Depends why you came here. And yeah, and somehow you will meet the people. I don't know if it answered both of the questions about culture and dating, but yeah, I don't think I'm the right person to ask about dating. um, okay. In Luxembourg, there's one beautiful lady from Poland live over there. I'm not sure if I'm the only one. No, there are a few Polish people, but definitely we are not majority of the people who are like you see other bigger European countries who are here, as I said, Portuguese, Spanish, and Italians. They are definitely ruling the immigrants here in Luxembourg. So yeah, but it's funny because my brother visited like 2 weeks ago, and we were seeing Polish people everywhere. Like I don't know if they were visiting or they were living here, or because I started to focus what language people speak because I was speaking Polish, but we saw tons of Polish people. I actually met this week, I mean on Wednesday, I met one of the guys who knew me from here, um, and he was Polish. So yeah, so that also happened. He was with a friend who was also Polish. So yeah, we are few, but we are definitely not people who are the majority of people in Luxembourg. But yeah, if you ever see me, you're in Luxembourg, please come by, say hello. I'm more than happy to say hello. Um, yeah, it's a mix from everywhere. Yeah, it's definitely mixed from everywhere. The people. I don't know, Luxembourgish to shock the locals. Yeah, the thing is that you don't know who are the locals. You don't really meet them. Like the locals, yeah, they are here for sure, but you don't really know if they are locals, if they are immigrants who speak French. So many people speak French here, so they don't even speak Luxembourgish. If you want to get the citizenship, you should learn Luxembourgish, but it's after 5 years of living here. So that's the thing. And yeah, German is not really the one of the languages, but yeah, Luxembourgish, it's always a flex, huh? I would say at least you will understand what is written everywhere. If you don't know German, I would say you don't understand Luxembourgish at all. Or the case that we had, we recently follow a nice band. I mean, follow. We've been on 2 of the concerts, and they usually speak in Luxembourgish on the concerts. So that would be nice to understand them, honestly, because we don't understand what they're saying, and they mix between Luxembourgish, French, and English, and probably German as well. So yeah, so that's something that is funny here. Like you will see it everywhere. My brother was also super shocked about amount of stuff in different languages. So yeah, that's something that is very very interesting. You even have signs in different languages. So if you've never been in Luxembourg, you will see tons of signs in Luxembourgish, German, French, and they would be totally mixed. And one thing you will see in this language, another thing you will see in another language. So yeah, really sometimes can be a mess. I see more people coming, so let me know where you're from. Let me know if you have any questions or where you're at currently, because maybe you're not in your home country. Let me know what you are up to. Oh, if the move was, in my opinion, worth it, definitely. I really enjoy Luxembourg. I enjoy my life here. I enjoy that I have friends here, freedom, work that I like, money that allows me to live and, actually live, not survive, which is super nice after graduation. It's not what you can get everywhere. For example, I was in Italy before coming here, and that's not really a case in Italy. So yeah, I personally think it was very very worth it, and I think I'm gonna stay here for a while, if not forever. I always laugh to my friends that it's forever. So yeah, we'll see if it's gonna be forever. We'll see how long I'm gonna make the videos about it. But yeah, Yeah, definitely staying here for a while, and I do enjoy it. I feel like it was a good move for me. It might not be for everyone. Like, I don't want to pretend that it is for everyone. But yeah, I think it's the best to come and try. Um, and if you come from outside of Europe, for sure it will be shocking, but it will be as shocking as any other place in Europe, I would say. So so yeah, that's something that it's the nice thing in Luxembourg is that you will not be outsider, and yeah, it should be relatively easier to smooth in. So yeah, hello to new people. From time to time, I look how the numbers are moving. So yeah, keep me up to date who you are, where you're from, where you're turning on from, and tuning in. Turning on is not the proper word to say, but yeah, who are you, who is watching me. And yeah, and as I said many times, let me know if you have any questions. That is your time to ask me some questions that you usually don't ask under the video or that I didn't share in my videos. But yeah, as I mentioned, like, Luxembourg will not be for everyone. It will also change a lot if you like your job, if you who are you hanging out with. I really think that people who we hang out with affect our life a lot. It's not only in Luxembourg, but in Luxembourg it is quite good to have people who are also happy to be there. So if you have people who don't complain, it's much easier to not complain. If you have people who are complaining all the time about Luxembourg, whether other people work or they are not happy what they are doing here, then you will also not be very happy, I would say. Are the salaries truly highest in Europe? I think they are not the highest. I think Switzerland has higher salaries than Luxembourg. But Luxembourg has the highest minimum salary. So that's something that Luxembourg is proud of. And I think it's not only in Europe, I think it's the highest in the world for the minimum salary. But but yeah, minimum salary really depends. If you are living alone in a single room, in a share flat, minimum salary will be enough for you to survive. If you have kids and you're the only parent working, minimum salary will be very difficult to feed the family. So it's also not so heaven, let's say here, the paradise. It's not as you may expect. But yeah, many salaries are very fair. Definitely for the office jobs and like high education jobs, they are very fair. And for the blue collar jobs, for example, they are also usually higher than the minimum salary. So that's good benefit, I would say. And you have, as I said, you have very good healthcare. You have relatively nice work-life balance. I cannot speak for everyone, but yes, usually that's the thing that people highlight in Luxembourg. So that's a good thing. The good thing is that you can be in France or Belgium or Germany in 3 hours. You can be in France or Belgium or Germany in like 30 minutes. I think Arlon is like 30 minutes from here. You can be in Paris in like 2.5 hours with the TGV, the quick train. Brussels is like 3 hours with a train, or like 3 hours or 2.5 in a car. Biggest bigger cities in Germany, and they're also around this. But if you want to just cross the border, it's half an hour away from the city of Luxembourg. Um, I don't need much to survive here. I mean, if you don't have a family, if you're single, I mean, single in a way, if you don't have someone you have to pay for life, if it's life for you, you will have a decent life in Luxembourg, in my opinion. Hi, I'm from Portugal, moving to Luxembourg. Do you have any recommendations regarding apartment renting and apartment search? That's a topic, as we call it, river topic in Poland. I don't know if there is an English way to say it. It's a very wide topic to discuss. It's definitely something that changes a lot these months because prices went really, really up. You can barely find something below 1,000 euro per room. You could had a studio for like 1.2, 1.3 when I came, not even 2 years ago. And now you get a room for around 1,000. Definitely be careful about people on Facebook and like, agencies that don't look very nicely because people just steal money. So be very careful about this. If you know someone, try to ask them if they know someone else who is leaving the room. If you're coming around like September, start to look for the flat already. and try to get anything even at the beginning just to have it. And then when you're here, you're going to be able to visit stuff. But yeah, be sure always that you're going to check out the flat, at least on the video call, or if you have someone in Luxembourg that they're going to go to the flat, or if it's an agency that it's legit agency. So yeah, so it's something very, very difficult, and it takes a lot of time, and the flats can go like this, like the rooms the same, or sometimes you have a very, very bad rooms. I actually should make a video on the memes that I watch on Instagram about Luxembourg, because they're so true. You have like the worst flat ever, and you will have the ridiculous price about it. So yeah, what I can tell you, if you're young and you like social life, stay in Luxembourg City if you want Luxembourg City, because going back home at night it's slightly more difficult. So be aware of that. And if you are staying in Luxembourg City, stay not in Gar, not close to the train station. Recommend them. And definitely, if you have to stay close to the train station, please don't stay on Rue de Strasbourg, because that's the worst place in Luxembourg, and it's getting kind of sketchy and dangerous. You're a guy, so it's slightly different than for a girl, but still not something nice when you're going back home at night, or even during the day and people are bothering you on your way home. But yeah, and have a good connection to home. I would say to work. So I would say this is important. And then check the night buses. The night buses here work only Friday, Saturday, or the evenings, like days off. So yeah, so that's something that I also consider, because I like to go out. So yeah, Switzerland has higher cost of living, so that's the trade-off. Lux cost of living is lower than Switzerland. um yeah, Switzerland is a difficult topic. One of my friends just moved to Switzerland, so maybe he can compare it in a few months. Maybe he's gonna be happy to comment and talk about it. I think the salary trade-off is. I think the salaries are much higher than the cost of living. Let's say it this way. I think so, but again, very much depends what you're doing in your life. Yes, thank you for watching all the videos. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate your comments and likes, and that really helped me as well. So thank you so much. From the research I've conducted, 1,500 euro apartments look so lovely in Luxembourg. They may look lovely, but they may not exist. That's the issue with 1,500 euro apartments. um, so yeah, also depends what you mean lovely. You will have apartments with the when you sleep in a kitchen, which, for example, for me, this is not something that I would accept for a long term. If that has to be a 3 months and I look for another apartment, that's a different story. But I would not personally like to live in the apartment like this. Yeah, it's very hard right now to find something below 1,000 for a single room. Yeah, yeah. And usually there are houses that are also with a lot of people, so you share a bathroom with 2, 3 people at least. So yeah, so it's not something really easy to find, I would say. Mm, I want to live in a forest, or at least the area with a lot of green. You have a lot of green in Luxembourg. You will, if you're not living like, you're not going to live in the forest, but you're going to live very close to the park or to the forest, or to like very, very green area that doesn't have to be necessarily a park, but you will have a lot of green stuff. So um, even in a city center, you have like 5 parks and Place Petrus, which is like in a valley, and then you have Grund and Klausen that are also in the valley. So you will have a lot of places with green. So this one I wouldn't be really concerned of, unless you want to have a house that is next to the forest. That's a different story. That's probably not in Luxembourg City then, unfortunately. Then you will have to have it in outside of Luxembourg City. So that's something that it's yeah, it's something that it's difficult for sure. You're not a city person. If you're not also going out person, but you asked about dating and friends and culture, so I assume you are interested in going out. Um, then depends what how you want to get home after work. After, I don't know your age, so I also don't know if you're if you're my age and you want to go out. That's definitely different than people who are in their 40s. Um, Corey Trevor, thank you for writing it in Polish. I will translate it. How to get prepared for the interview in Luxembourg. That's another very big topic. I actually may make a video, but definitely something that I really, really recommend everyone to do when they are trying to prepare for the interview in Luxembourg is to remember that they have to show that they really want to come to Luxembourg if they are not in Luxembourg yet. So you have to highlight so many times that you are willing to move, that you're happy to do this. Maybe highlight where you moved before, if it's not your first time, if you did some exchanges or if you lived abroad or studied abroad. That's something good to mention on the interview for sure, so they know that you are aware of culture shocks, aware of living abroad, and that you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. So that's something that is for sure that I would mention. Another thing is be smiley, be happy, motivated, show how you want to learn if you don't have a lot of experience. Show off your skills. I would say here a lot of people look so much on the soft skills. I don't know how it's elsewhere, but here really sometimes you can be chosen because of the soft skills. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Here a lot of people look at the soft skills, so it sometimes can be a trade-off for someone. So you may have the same level or slightly lower level of qualifications in work-wise, but you're going to be looking like a super nice coworker. They may choose you because of that, because offices are relatively small. They are not offices of 3,000 people. So, and teams sometimes can be like 5 people. So it's so much nicer to have someone who you can teach and it's nice than who supposedly knows everything and it's not a nice person. So it's also very good to show this one off. Be prepared, know a lot about the company. They usually ask about company. They usually ask about, place, like what they are doing, what is your experience, what you always have to do, but it's not only in Luxembourg, like have prepared 2-3 minutes about yourself, because they're probably going to ask you about yourself, the tell me about yourself or run me through your CV. Try to have it more or less, in order, or like making sense, because many people don't really, follow the story, are very messy. That's sometimes me including. The best interview advice is learn how to tell stories. That's very good advice, to learn how to tell stories, because many times you have to say what you've done in the past. And if you have a story, it's a very good idea. Also, the star approach, when you follow the story with exactly what you've done. Including the information. How did it improve? What was the problem? What is the task? What is the solution? And yeah, so that's very, very good thing. If I recommend looking in the international companies, don't they look at Polish people as minority in this team, in these companies? I never had it. I mean, I have a degree also from abroad, but the university in Italy that I finished is not like super known university. So I wouldn't say it's like Bocconi, that people from Bocconi, they have already, kind of a head start because it's a known university. Which I don't think still give you a job if you present yourself very badly. I never had an issue here because I was Polish. It's a additional plus because you're from European Union. So that's a big plus here, I would say. It's a big thing that they don't have to provide you permits or visa, and you don't cost them anything. You just cost them the salary. And so that's definitely something. I've never heard about Polish people being, or any other nationality from European Union. As I said, unfortunately, for non-European Union citizens, it is slightly more difficult because of the costs. And hello, new people. Adrian, Wilson, happy to see you. I will go to your questions in a second. I'm just going to finish this one. So I've never seen people being discriminated just because they're Polish, or I don't know, any other country could be discriminated. You can be discriminated on the language point of view. So, for example, some job may require you French, so you might be hired because you are speaking French and you're fluent in French, and maybe you as a Polish person you're not. So that might be a difference. But yeah, I would say run away from these type of companies. Anyways, it's not something that should make you. The thing is that, of course, if you're coming here and you are here, it's going to be much easier to get a job because you're already in Luxembourg. So you don't have to prove this thing that you're willing to move in to Luxembourg. So that's definitely something that it's slightly trickier if you're not yet in Luxembourg. Mainly if you have experience or if you're in the age that someone may assume that you have family. But I would say it's not because you're Polish. I mean, of course, anybody can make assumption, but that would be general. I never had any issues, honestly. Adrian, no, why would they just don't speak Polish during the interview? I mean, if the job is in Polish as well, you actually have an advantage. There are jobs in European Investment Bank in Polish and some other places when you may need to speak Polish. But yeah, there are a few Polish people for sure here who I don't think they had any issues. It might be like, I don't think it's because you're Polish that you wouldn't get it. I have a degree from US university. Would it be better? Known university is better than unknown, I would say. I know that there are some issues with some degrees in a way that you have to prove that your university is a university. But even me, I had to prove when I was going to study in Italy that the degree that I got in Polish university was legit university and was legit degree. So I had to get the papers from my university, put it to the embassy of Italy in Poland. They would approve my documents that they are Polish legit university, and then I would be able to be studying in Italy. So even if it's European Union, sometimes you also have to prove that your university is on a level. But yeah, I would say as long as it's a university. Here also, I mean, not all the jobs will require university. So if you have a degree from US, you will for sure show that your English is good already without speaking with you, because you somehow passed the university in US, so probably it was in English. Hello, Wilson. Hello, Alexander. EU school, where you are. Okay. Hi, Magda. After watching your videos, I finally went to Luxembourg, and now I've been living here for 1 year. Now I have to choose to rent 1 year more or to get mortgage. What would you suggest? I would say I'm not a person to suggest you financially anything. That depends on your situation. If you prefer to stay here and you're willing to commit and you're willing to put the mortgage, go for it. If you feel like not, don't do it. It's definitely a big expense here, so it depends on your salary, it depends on what you're doing, what are your goals, if you're sharing it with someone or not. It's more on you. I cannot advise you on that financially. I'm not a financial advisor, unfortunately, so I cannot advise you from that point of view. I'm not sure if now is the best moment to do it in a way of, the increase in interest rates, but otherwise it's up to you. Hey Magda, I live in Finland and I have recently graduated with the BBA in international business. I have seen that the University of Luxembourg provides master's degree in education and social sciences. Yes, probably they do. If you saw it, they do. Master's is lucky enough that you have it in English, because bachelor in the University of Luxembourg, it's all in Luxembourgish, German, or French, or a mix of them. So yeah, if you like the degree that they offer, apply, go for it. I would say you're already here if you want to be here. But yeah, I don't know how international business and education and social sciences go together. So if you can share how they go together, let me know, because I don't see the connection that easily. Now the prices go down as well, isn't it? Maybe, I don't know. I don't watch I was not planning to buy a house, so I'm not watching the real estate market these days. But I am planning on doing a video to see the prices in Luxembourg City, prices outside of Luxembourg City, and prices in the bordering countries. As I did the videos for renting, I wanna do the same one for buying. It might be a good investment, but yeah, as I said, I'm not a person to tell you what to do. So yeah. Is the inflation in Luxembourg one of the lowest one? I know it's not a question. Inflation in Luxembourg is one of the lowest one. Probably it was. high at some point, and now I think it's good. Some prices went up. I know that the prices of the houses also went a little bit up. In a way, I didn't check it. I just how people were saying. Me, I can say prices in the grocery stores went up, and prices in the restaurants and bars definitely went up, and prices of renting went up. So that's something. But also, you get the indexation. I think it's every job. I don't want to lie, but I think it's every job you get the indexation of 2.5%, and this year we got two, and we're supposed to get the third one. So that's nice. I would say that gives you, of course, the inflation is not 2.5, but the indexation gives you something. I think it's around 5, 6 now, or maybe 4. I didn't check it. Last time I checked it was 7 or 8. So, but it was a few months ago. So I don't follow it that closely because, as I said, in the end, I see the changes in the prices of the food that I'm buying and the drinks. Now I would like to inquire whether jobs in educations are available. I initially intended to do finance, but found the master's degree to be somewhat tense. Yeah, finance can be tense on a master's degree, and then you realize that the degree has nothing to do with the real life many times. I mean, some stuff covers, but some other stuff has no sense what you were studying, at least from my experience. Maybe it's just my studies. Education, it's difficult for the languages point of view. So you will have to know Luxembourgish very probably, and for sure French. So unless you're gonna work for the European schools, but if you are still studying, I don't know how easy it is to get an entry job. I did a video about teaching, about teachers' jobs and the salaries of teachers. So you can check it out. It's in a playlist for jobs in Luxembourg. But it's definitely not the easiest job that you can get here. And there, what I've heard, if you're, I mean, I've heard it from one person, honestly, one of my ex colleagues, whose wife couldn't be a teacher at university because she was not Luxembourgish. So, and she knew like 7 languages, but she also studied something like ethics or something that is not very popular topic. So I know that she had a lot of issues, at least according to her husband who was working with me. So that's something that could be tricky to find. Definitely finance would be much easier to find. But I would say don't give up. It's something that you could do if you speak German, French, or Luxembourgish. That would be definitely much easier. So, so yeah, that could help for sure. Um, I see a few more people joined. Let me know who are you, where are you from. Again, questions. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. Otherwise, we're gonna finish it up. Oh, it's been 40 minutes. So as you can see, I can talk and talk and talk and talk. So yeah, that's why I need some water as well to refresh my throat. But yeah, finance degree tense. I mean, my master's was tense. My bachelor was nice. I mean, but my master's was a preparation for PhD, which I didn't know when I was applying for my master. So that was definitely more tense than the bachelor. Indexation is nice, but bottle of orange juice is already more than €3 in Cactus. Meat is also quite expensive. It's terrible. Yeah, that's why you don't go to Cactus. I mean, Cactus is one of the most expensive shops here. I don't know about quality, how good it is, because the I've never done groceries in Cactus in long term. I went a few times, honestly. Meat is quite expensive, yes, but for example, I do groceries, as you may know if you watch me, I do groceries in Lidl, and the meat didn't go that much. It went, I don't know, €1, maybe 150 per kilogram more over the months. So it's not that one day it was 5, no, 5, no. One day it was 10 and the other day was 12. No, no, no. It was like 10, 10.50, whatever. So yeah. So yeah, I don't also buy orange juice, so I don't think. But I bought the juices. I actually look at them because they're on the ground in my room. I bought like a mango and like multivitamina whatever juice last Thursday, Wednesday, whatever, and in the less, and I paid 169 for the box. But it's not like freshly made juice. It's juice in a box, like full of sugar um, and stuff like this. So processed juice. So yeah. I mean, there are changes in the prices, but still, I should make a video actually. This when in 2 weeks or in 3 weeks, you should get a video about my expenses in July. So you'll see how much I spent in July. while throwing my birthday party and stuff like, I mean, birthday party, dinner for friends that was made for my birthday. So yeah, you will see some of the expenses there, and I'm gonna do more and more videos about how much I spend for the groceries and what are the prices, because I see that people are very, very interested in it. So yeah. What master's degree did you attend, if I may ask? Yeah, of course, I did my master in finance and economics, and I did it in Naples, in Italy, south of Italy. So Federico II. And on my bachelor, I did finance and accounting. Yeah, I was thinking about the how you say accounting and accounting, both in English. And yeah, after bachelor, I said I don't want to do accounting, so I did economics, and I realized that my knowledge from economics is not enough to make a master out of it. So I was struggling a lot with economics. Finance was fine. Economics was the more difficult one for me, at least personally. But now I still work in finance. I currently work with risk management. So yeah. Hello, Kekil Kyo. I don't know. I just read it how I should read it in Italian. So sorry if I mispronounced. Magda, your long hair look great. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Magda, did you visit Wales? I think the best place in the Luxembourg. Interested in your opinion. I haven't been there actually. I was supposed to be very close to Wales in a few weeks ago, because I was supposed to go for there's a lake close by, but yeah, we didn't go because it was rainy. So no, I haven't been there, but there was a festival recently. I think it was whole July or like half of July that there was a festival. It's quite up north, so it's not super close to Luxembourg City. It's a place that I've heard about, so it's not middle of nowhere, I would say. Why you're interested in Wheels? What did you do? What is your connection to Wheels? Wheels, I don't even know. The problem in Luxembourg, you don't know how to pronounce the names of the cities. They pronounce it in Luxembourgish, German, French, or whatever. So yeah. Perfect. Oh, thank you. Happy to hear that. Have you visited before Germany? Germany was one of the countries that I was visiting a lot when I was a kid, because Poland is bordering with Germany. My city is 2 hours away from Germany. So yeah, I've been in quite many places in Germany. Since I'm in Luxembourg, I've been in Cologne, Düsseldorf, and I want to go to Frankfurt and to Berlin. I was in Berlin when I was a kid. I was in Dresden, Lipsk, how you say it in English? Leipzig, that's German. I was in Munich, but only for like a very short visit when I was young. Nuremberg, yeah, many places in Germany I did, because it was just easy to go from Poland, because you go by car. So yeah, so that was and that was something easy to reach. And yeah, tell us before the next time. I don't know when I'm gonna go next time. I think next time is gonna be Frankfurt, because I have few friends there, or Berlin, because when I was in Berlin I was a kid. I don't remember it that nicely. So yeah, it's something that that I should go back to see as an adult, as a city from a different point of view. And yeah, Frankfurt mainly because there's tons of people who studied with me there. It's funny because so many people from my university went from my both actually now also the Polish one, but the Italian one. So many people went either to Luxembourg or to Frankfurt because of ECB, and here in Luxembourg because of either European institutions or other jobs. So that's nice. And now a few people from Poland, also from my studies, came to Luxembourg. So I guess that's a place to be, I would say. Hello, new people. Nice to see you. If you have any questions, let me know, as per usual. We're gonna make it, I assume, until 1 hour, unless you're gonna get crazy with questions, and I'm gonna have tons of stuff to say. So let's say 12 more minutes until no one says anything now. Just throw me the topic, and I will say. And please, if I didn't answer some of your questions, like or it was not, let me know. So I will be able to answer you properly. So yeah. That's also usually what I do. Like, you don't see the videos, but I like to dance in the when waiting for stuff. So you don't see it because I cut it out from the videos. I edited it out. so you don't see that. Don't see Happy Magda, but yeah. Hi, what's your favorite holiday city from Luxembourg? You mean holiday city in Luxembourg, or like to go from Luxembourg somewhere? Please clarify. Um, the the contract, I have to translate, so sorry. The contracts with the probation period, do they change? Usually probation period in Luxembourg, at least for the office jobs, it's 6 months. And usually how it is, you get the same contract. It just says that the first 6 months are the probation period, and they have 28 days or 1 month before kicking you out if they want to kick you out. And I think if they kick you out, it's like immediately the same day. Mm, so so yeah, you usually get 6 months, and honestly, you have to do something bad to not stay most of the times. I work in Amazon Germany, and I was trying to make a transfer to Luxembourg. Oh, if you work in Amazon, you know what is the situation. I'm pretty sure that if it's starting to calm down, what I know of, and I'm pretty sure that if it's gonna calm down, it's gonna be really easy to go to Luxembourg because they want to push people to the headquarters of Europe. Unless you're doing something that is not in Luxembourg, then it may be difficult. But when I was interviewing with Amazon, I actually leveraged the interviews. They wanted me in London, and I said I'm staying in Luxembourg. So if you want to offer me a job, give me a job in Luxembourg, and they did offer me a job. So and they said it's fine to go to Luxembourg. Just my team would be elsewhere. So yeah, I didn't work for Amazon in the end. I refused them because they gave me a job too late, and it was not exactly what I wanted. So yeah. What real estate agent do you advise to consult if I'm looking for an apartment in Luxembourg? Oh, I don't remember the names. I'm sorry. I do not remember the names because I don't use the agency where I live. But there are for sure Lux friends that are sometimes difficult to get in a way. They're not having so many apartments open, and sometimes it's not really what you get. The rooms are smaller than they say. Then there is furnished, but furnished is very bad. And this is, but you want, I know you want real estate, like you want for buying. For buying, the popular one, the foyer. No, foyer is not that, not a real estate. The one, if you go to athome.lu, you're gonna find, and you try to do buy, the ones that are very popular. I would say these ones are legit ones. They have usually offices somewhere in Luxembourg City. If you're already in Luxembourg, the offices that you see, I really don't recall the name. There's one that starts with V. There is another one that is close to, just between Pescatore and Hamilius, and they have many offices. I have the picture in my head. I just don't have the name. So I'm sorry. I can check it out. And I'm gonna make the videos about the houses, the buying houses, and I assume on Wednesday or some next Wednesday. So yeah, soon. So I'm probably gonna mention them. What mostly finance entry jobs require you to do in their major daily duties? Depends. Really depends what you're gonna go for. Because you can have anything, and then, for example, like now risk management, it's very, very difficult to find entry level. So if you want to do, for example, risk management, it's gonna be very difficult to find an entry level job because they usually want 2 or 3 years of experience. If you don't mind what you're gonna do, you can go to Depository. It's kind of like a service for the funds, for other companies that do funds, and but it's not the. I mean, me, I didn't enjoy it that much. That's why I changed. I was in Depot Bank, and you can have portfolio management. You can have sales of the products, of financial products. You can be advisor. You can have basically any financial job, but mainly connected to investments if you go to investment banks, or funds if you go to any other place. You also can have something more towards accounting. So I don't know, fund accounting, or you can have a transfer agency that's technically finance. You can have fund administration, that it's also administration of the funds. So you still need the financial knowledge. These are the very popular things in Luxembourg for the banks because they are funds are very well taxed here in a way. They are almost not taxed, so there are a lot of funds. And I don't know what else. I'm thinking what my friends are doing. My friend is doing financial control, so any type of like audit controlling jobs you will find a lot. Internal external audit is very very popular job here. All the consultancy companies, so all the big four, reporting type of jobs, you will find everything, really really everything here for finance. So from A to Z you will find everything. Not everything for the entry level, as I said. Not everything will be easy. For example, portfolio management will be slightly more difficult to get as an entry level. The same risk management is usually not easy as an entry level. You may be lucky to get it as me. The company said they want to teach me, so it was super nice. But yeah, you may not always be so easy. But maybe you will get like, I don't know, a job in Big Four with risk management reporting, and you're gonna have already, risk management experience, and you're gonna go to another company where you're gonna be a risk manager. I mean, not manager in a way, like you're gonna do more risk calculations and just reporting. I hope it answers your question. Daily duties depends on the job. Can be either very ad hoc or very repetitive. My previous job was very repetitive. So, vacation from Luxembourg, wherever you're gonna find the cheap flights. Honestly, people go usually where it's warm and sunny. Usually in Europe because they don't want to go outside of Europe. And yeah, very there are some locations that used to have cheap flights. Now I'm not sure, but like Malta is usually cheap. London was very cheap. Milan always super cheap. So if you're gonna find something cheap connections from Milan somewhere else in Italy, you're gonna be able to go. Palma de Mallorca is also very cheap for like sunny locations, and people usually opt for sunny locations because here it's not that sunny. Even now it's kind of cloudy and it was raining these days, so yeah, so usually people go for sun and warm. Hi, I love your videos. Thank you, Livia. Have you done any volunteering experience? Have you heard about European Solidarity Corps? I've done a lot of volunteering during my life. Currently, I'm not doing, like, kind of not doing. I'm trying to go back to volunteering. Uh, it was starting with volunteering at school. I went to Rotaract. I don't know if you're aware of Rotary. Rotaract is a Rotary for smaller people, like smaller, younger people. So you do basically smaller projects. So I don't know, fundraising for like I don't know, up to, I don't know, 500 euro or something like this, that you do, I don't know, a concert, and people pay the ticket for the concert, which goes 100% for donations. Or you organize I don't know, gifts for kids who are in a orphanage. I never know how to say that word. The kids who don't have parents and they live in a house all together. So, for example, we went there and orphan. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that word. I don't use it too often, and stuff like this. So yeah, I did a lot. Now in Luxembourg, I'm trying to go back to Rotaract. So we'll see how it's gonna go for me. So yeah, and I've never, I mean, I've heard, I know they exist, the European Solidarity Corps, but I've never done anything with them, so no idea what they are doing. And I don't even know if there is something in Luxembourg. I'm going to move north, so I considered Wales. Okay, I think it's one bigger city, Wales. It's quite far from everything. Yeah, anything in the north is quite far from everything. I mean, far. It's so funny because Luxembourg is so small that technically it's not far, but yeah, it is far in the end. Whatever, it's more than half an hour, it's far in Luxembourg. But I found the city itself just amazing. Beautiful landscape, historical museums. Didn't hear about these things there. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to go. Apparently, it's a living city, I assume, from the concert. And probably very good for families as well. Thanks a lot for your insights. Of course. Of course. If you have any other questions, let me know. I mean, I was thinking about making a video about like some type of, ideas for studies, what can be good if you have no idea what to do. But in the same time, like, I'm not sure if that's a good idea, because in the end, it's not said that every single job will be profitable. That seems to be profitable now. So you also have to look at the predictions. and stuff. But for example, in Luxembourg, I don't think the financial sector will ever end. Like unless they're gonna 100% automate it, or they're gonna outsource stuff. But Luxembourg is not so happy to, like, the Luxembourgish regulatory thing is not so happy to outsource things, that I don't think they're gonna outsource all the finance. IT is never gonna run out of IT. Someone has to automate stuff, right? So you don't have to also necessarily be in IT. So yes, I was thinking about doing more insights on how I feel about studies. Um, but yeah, I think I'm biased. But I was choosing my studies also based on how I'm gonna find a job. I would never say in high school that I'm gonna do finance. Like never ever. Like that was not something that would be even an idea in my head. I wanted to be a doctor slash dentist. Um, I didn't pass the exams enough to go to the med school. And I was like, okay, economic school, business school, that works. And I ended up in finance. It was in English, so that helped me a bit with the rest of the story of studying abroad. But yeah, what is the best place you prefer to go out and eat? Eat. There are a few nice restaurants that are like, I really like a few Indian restaurants that are here. One that is close to Baranstalt, I don't know, Suraya or something like this. There's Tibet, it's Nepal slash Indian food, it's in Limpersburg. I really like Shishe, I don't know how to pronounce it, Lebanese restaurant in Limpersburg. Ukulele was nice. It's a Thai restaurant, but honestly, service disappointed me a lot. There is two nice Greek restaurants close to Place de Paris. One is Athena, and the other one is Yamas or something like this. It's they're both Greek. I prefer Yamas. It's more like homey. Athena is more fancy. Let's say this way. If you like to eat good meat, at least I had a good meat in Grand Café. This is in a city center. One of my ex-colleagues really liked the steaks at the end of Grand Rue, close to the shop that is called Stitch or something like this. So that's the place that I would recommend if you like steaks. At least he recommended it tons. From pizza, Bella Ciao or Cloud Factory, these are my favorite. Many people say that, what is the name? Onesto. I think Onesto, that it's good. I didn't like so much La Torre and Notaro, but because I think they're overpriced. I mean, be prepared. Restaurants in Luxembourg, they are definitely overpriced. So don't be surprised on that one. There are a few sushi places. Oh, the Vietnamese restaurant that it's in Limpersburg. That one was super nice. I really enjoyed that one. I have to say, yeah. I don't know the name. The name is Good Morning in or like Good Day in Vietnamese, and it's in Limpersburg. So on the same street that's Gotham, just farther away. I think that's the street. The main street in Limpersburg, when you go from the tram stop, the name of the tram stop, the one after Sterplatz, going towards Kirchberg. So these ones. What else? Where else did I eat that was good? There is a nice ramen we had. Um, I slightly prefer the one that is in front of Arshan and Kirchberg. I don't know the name, but it's right next to Vapiano. It's like inside the building, but it's closing slightly earlier. And last week we had dancing noodles in the city center, and it was good. So yeah. So these ones were the restaurants that I know that I've been that they're nice. From bars, really, if you're coming during summer, I really recommend you the Gudenvellen Terrace. It's in the city center. It's made by the Gudenvellen. It's very Luxembourgish. It's very, very nice. Another place, there's a place in Bonnevoie. I don't know the name. I never know the name of this place. But if you go to Bonnevoie, there is a bus stop Leon 13 or something like this. And if you get out of the bus stop and you go towards the church, it's like the opposite side of the street from the church. And it's the bar on the corner. That's a very nice bar. What else is the nice bar? Conrad is quite okay. Tube is okay. There are like the bars in the city center. Amore, it's nice. Amore is also very much city center. We went to Velen, not the Gudenvellen, Velen. It's also in the city center. They have nicer drinks. If you like fancy drinks, there is a bar close to this steak restaurant, close to Stitch store, and I don't know, blends or something like this. They do super fancy drinks. In a way, one of the drinks that my friend got tasted like pesto. So if you like this type of weird fancy drinks, that's the place to go. They have only fancy drinks. Um, yeah, that would be the places that I would recommend to go if you wanna have something that come up to my mind right now. So yeah. If you know German, is it better to start in Germany and then go to Luxembourg, or go to Luxembourg directly? If you've been there and there. I never lived in Germany, so I only visited Germany. So that's definitely something that I cannot go on and on about Germany. I just visited. I've never even been on Erasmus or anything. But you were asking before about Polish people being discriminated. I think they are more discriminated in Germany. At least me, I felt this way because unfortunately Polish people are known in Germany as people who steal cars. So yeah, not ideal. And you are always this Polish person. Here you're not this Polish person. So yeah, so that's something that I would be afraid of. German will not really help you that much in Luxembourg. I mean, some jobs do require German. For example, a lot of times Big Four require German because they get documents in German. Some other places may also request you German because of something. If you, I don't know what you're doing for work. Like I don't know what's your, what's where you want to work. It's definitely better than none of the languages. So, but if you know only German and no English, might be an issue because most of the places want English, unless it's very like people to people work. Then yeah, then German is perfect because it's one of the official languages. So it's always like some of the documents are only in German. So so yeah, that's something uh, that it's difficult. Cheap places for rental, Hamilius or Kirchberg. Kirchberg should be slightly less expensive than Hamilius because Hamilius is city center. On Hamilius, you'll probably not find anything. Honestly. You have to be super lucky to live close to Hamilius. Kirchberg, unfortunately, is very bad connected. And if you change a job that is not in Kirchberg, that's going to be bad. Um, Places, just check out what is available. Here, you don't have tons of places open, so you don't really have a choice. You take what you have, and then you look for something. So yeah, nothing is gonna be very cheap for rental here, unfortunately. I mean, unless you're super lucky. I am super lucky. I'm staying in this place, but I'm living with the landlord. It's slightly different situation, so that's my choice. I'm not living alone. I'm renting a room. So so yeah, it's not it's never gonna be cheap here. And go on with the comments. I saw a lot of you commenting, so yeah, continue if you're interested. If not, we're gonna go and close this live. So let me wait for you a little bit. Uh, and yeah, and if you have any other questions, feel free to ask them. Uh, oh, okay, no, you're welcome, Corey. At least that's your nickname here. Yeah, that job would be easier in Luxembourg, I would say. Mostly if you're willing to slightly move a bit out of your accounting. So yeah, yeah. That should be easier, I would say, on in Luxembourg. So yeah. Do you recommend furnished or unfurnished? Depends on you. If you have a car, you can try to do unfurnished. It's not gonna be much more cheaper. That's the problem here. That usually when you do unfurnished, it's much more cheaper. Here, not really. And the thing is that you will not have anything close by to buy cheaply. IKEA is in Belgium and alone, so if you don't have a car, you will not go in a bus with the stuff. So that's definitely difficult if you are unfurnished. Otherwise, stuff is very expensive here in Luxembourg. And what if you're gonna order from IKEA, it's not gonna always be sent to Luxembourg, so it's getting stuff complicated. So it depends. If you have a car or you don't mind spending money on the furniture, like unfurnished. If you don't have a car or you are not having a way to get the stuff from IKEA or whatever you're gonna decide to buy it, it's gonna be slightly more complicated. And yeah, Amazon is also not quick here to deliver. So it's also not that easy, I would say, to get stuff online. Thank you for the time. It's great to have this live with Magda. Thank you, with you, Magda. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm very happy you. It's been many of you here. Um, Let me give you a few more seconds to get last questions, and otherwise we're gonna finish it up because it's been 1 hour already. So I think I spoke enough for 1 hour. But if you have any questions, still let me know. Let me The floods here, really, there's no one good answer for that. If it was, people would not make all these questions because it's really, really difficult to find something here. It's really something that it's that people struggle with a lot here. So yeah. Thank you so much, guys. I'm very, very happy I could speak with you today. Um, if you want, like, let me know. Miloslav, do you do a lot of shopping in Germany, like food? Me personally, never. I don't have a car, so it's not that convenient for me to go to Germany. And I actually want to make a video, and I probably will, to compare the prices in Germany, Luxembourg, France, and Belgium to see if the groceries are much less expensive. When I went with my friend, who came here to visit me, he had a car, but we went to Stuttgart, so we still went farther away. We did big groceries, but I did groceries of like stuff like, I don't know, detergents or some, I don't know what else I bought. Like I bought some stuff like stupid stuff like rice, pasta, whatever. They were slightly less expensive, but I also live alone. So for me, I definitely consume less than a family. So the difference is also not that big. But if you have a car, maybe it's profitable. If you have to take a train or bus, you always have to pay for the train or the bus. It's kind of a pain to go there, I would say. Yes, Fefe. Hey Magda, thank you so much for your video. So helpful. Happy to hear that. Thank you. I just had one question. I see you have to do the TB screening test, but then do you have to get the GP appointment before this? So uh, I assume you're not from European Union because that's usually when you need a TB test. You have special website apparently for the TB testing. Um, how you say it? Like where you can sign up for the TB testing. And apparently everything there is explained. And I think you don't do it with a general doctor. I think so, but I am not sure. If you have to do it, I think you have to do it in a lab. Maybe you need a general doctor to write you the prescription, but maybe you just have to sign up for this website because it sounds very weird, but in the end, my friend told me that it was just like very usual appointment thing. Like in a way, you had to book the appointment, wait for the appointment, do the test. That's it. Because I assume you need it for the permanent, for the permit to be in Luxembourg. So yeah, I didn't need it because I'm from EU, so I never done it. But I've heard the process is not so difficult. So look it up. There should be some type of way to sign up online for that through the, I don't know, check out CNS. This is the National Health Insurance. So check out CNS and try to Google it and figure out how to sign up. But apparently you sign up online for that thing. So yeah. So yeah, I don't see many more questions. So I see also people leaving. So I guess it's time for everyone to leave. It's been a pleasure. 1 hour, almost 15 minutes to talk with you guys. I'm gonna try to make it more often because I see that you have a lot of questions. So I'm happy to see that. And yeah, see you around. I should post on Wednesday. And yeah, and I hope you're gonna have a great week, the great upcoming week, and have a good day today, the evening, or day if you're in a different time zone. And yeah, and I'll see you. I mean, see you. You'll see me around. So have a good night. Besitos.